Welcome, everyone. Today, we're going to explore direct instruction, one of the most widely used and research backed teaching methods you'll encounter in your career. Think of it as your go to approach when students need clear, structured guidance to learn something new. Whether you're teaching a math concept, introducing grammar rules, or walking students through a science experiment, direct instruction gives you a reliable framework. It's especially powerful for new teachers because it keeps your lessons organized and your students on track. By the end of this presentation, you'll understand not just what direct instruction is, but exactly how to use it in your own classroom, step by step. So let's dive in. So, what exactly is direct instruction? In simple terms, it's a teaching method where you, the teacher, are in the driver's seat. You explicitly teach the content. You don't just assign a reading and hope students figure it out. There are three main phases. First, explicit teaching. You clearly explain the concept. For example, if you're teaching paragraph writing, you'd explain what a topic sentence is and why it matters. Then comes guided practice, where you work through examples together with students, maybe writing a paragraph as a class. Finally, independent work, where students try it on their own. Think of it like learning to ride a bike. Someone explains how, then holds the seat while you pedal, and eventually lets go. That's direct instruction in action. Let's look at three key features that make direct instruction effective. First, step by step teaching. You break things down into small, manageable chunks. For instance, instead of saying write an essay, you teach how to write a thesis statement first, then supporting sentences, then a conclusion, one piece at a time. Second, frequent checks for understanding. This means you're constantly gauging whether students are following along. You might use quick thumbs up or down, ask a targeted question, or have students solve a problem on mini whiteboards. Third, mastery through repetition. Students need multiple opportunities to practice before a concept sticks. Think of it like learning vocabulary. Seeing a word once isn't enough. You review it, use it in context, and quiz on it until it becomes automatic. Here's the four-step process you'll follow every time you use direct instruction. Step 1, present. You introduce the new content clearly. Say you're teaching the water cycle, you'd explain evaporation, condensation, and precipitation with clear definitions. Step 2, model. You demonstrate the skill. For the water cycle, you might draw and label a diagram on the board while thinking aloud. Step 3, guide. You practice together with students. Maybe you give them a blank diagram and fill it in as a class, with you asking questions and correcting mistakes in real time. Step 4, release. Students work independently, perhaps completing their own water cycle diagram or answering questions. The key is that you never jump straight to step 4. Each step builds confidence so that by the time students work alone, they actually know what they're doing. Let's see this in a real classroom scenario, a math lesson on adding fractions. The teacher starts by demonstrating on the board. To add 1/3 plus 1/4, we first need a common denominator. The least common multiple of 3 and 4 is 12. She shows each step clearly. Then she explains the reasoning behind every move, why we need common denominators, what happens when we convert the fractions. Next comes guided practice. The class works through 2 or 3 problems together, with the teacher walking around, catching errors, and offering tips in real time. Finally, students tackle a worksheet independently. Notice how the teacher didn't just assign the worksheet from the start. By the time students work alone, they've already seen it done correctly and practiced with support. That's what makes direct instruction so effective. No one is left guessing. Why should you use direct instruction? Three big reasons. First, clarity and efficiency. Your instructional time is precious. Direct instruction helps you deliver content in an organized way without wasted minutes. Instead of hoping students discover the right answer, you show them. Second, it builds strong foundations. Before students can think critically or creatively about a topic, they need the basics. For example, students can't analyze a novel's themes if they don't understand character and plot first. Direct instruction nails those fundamentals. Third, it reduces confusion, especially for beginners. When you're introducing something brand new, like a foreign language or coding, open ended exploration can overwhelm students. Direct instruction gives them the structure and confidence they need before they can explore on their own. So, when should you reach for direct instruction? Here's a quick mental checklist. Use it when you're introducing new or unfamiliar concepts, like teaching students what photosynthesis is for the first time. Use it for complex or abstract material. Think algebraic equations or historical cause and effect relationships. It's great for procedural skills, like teaching students how to use a microscope step by step. It's also your best bet for building foundational knowledge before you let students explore independently. And here's a practical one. If you have struggling learners in your class, direct instruction gives them the scaffolding they need. It also ensures consistent delivery across classrooms, which matters when multiple teachers cover the same curriculum. The bottom line, whenever students need clarity and structure, direct instruction is your friend. To wrap up, direct instruction isn't about being rigid or old fashioned. It's about giving your students the clarity and support they need to succeed. As new teachers, you'll face classrooms where students have different backgrounds, learning speeds, and confidence levels. Direct instruction is one of the most reliable tools in your toolkit to reach all of them. Remember the core idea: present, model, guide, then release. Scaffold before you step back. And don't forget, it pairs beautifully with other methods. You might use direct instruction to teach the basics, then follow up with group projects or discussions once students have a solid foundation. So, as you plan your first lessons, keep this approach in your back pocket. It will make your teaching more structured, your students more confident, and your classroom more effective. Thank you.